Hello everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Now, after days of testing, hours and hours of testing over the past few days, I've decided to go ahead and go through with my taking a space station to Duna plan. The testing I've done has basically been seeing if my individual modules can make it up into space, and so far all of them I think can. This is my basically living quarters and some little extra fuel stuff. I will quickly go through and show you the main parts of this ship, including, let's see, the command center part, which is obviously the main bit that holds some of our crew as well as our drones and stuff. Now, if you watched the previous video, last two videos I believe, I showed off these little guys, my little light drones. I've also added to the arsenal these heavy drones, which have the ports for the bigger ports. So, and they also have ion engines, so they're capable of doing a little bit more work than just what these can with just the RCS. Plus, they have twice the RCS and bigger solar panels and stuff to accommodate their need of being able to carry bigger stuff. We also are going to be taking 4 satellites with us. 2 of these are going to be communication satellites that we put out either around Duna or its moon, as well as 2 topographical kind of research satellites that will view the landscape and send information back to home base here at Kerbal. We also have our bit of communication on top of our command center here, and this will probably act as an extension to our communications tower. So our main source of RCS that we will be using to refuel these things is going to be held here. I'm also going to be taking up an extra RCS. I think it has 3 of these that we're going to connect somewhere to our ship as more RCS, seeing as all of our drones basically run on it. And what I think I'll be doing is I'll be reusing this part. I've made this ship as modular as I possibly can, meaning it can come apart into many pieces and I can rearrange it however I need for whatever situation. I've tried to design this space station to be capable of being ready for essentially anything it needs to be able to be ready for. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be sending up 2 of these basically to be our fuel tanks on our journey. And I'm thinking I'll be basically detaching this set of engines here and moving it to the back of our station and using that as our actual primary engines for this. I'll load up what our fuel tanks look like. No, I forgot to rename this station, so it's with the rest of the stuff, but that's okay. Our fuel tanks actually have rockets on them already, but I want to have those atomic engines stuck to the back somewhere. Although looking at it now, I might not be able to. Are these using the big or the small things? They should be big. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, they're the big ones. Okay, so yeah, that should be fine. That's what I was planning for. And I also included these little ports in here, mostly so the drones can attach to it whenever I need to dock these up for the first time. So they have little RCS thrusters, and what I'll basically put the drones on and they'll just take over these thrusters that are on the fronts and backs and sides to actually dock the ship up, so it doesn't have to do it itself. So that's it. I've also made it so that all of the I can send them up with SAS modules, but I want to be able to get rid of those so that there's only really one SAS module controlling the whole ship, which will be in the command center. Let's see, what's next? We got the living station. There's really not anything to really show off there. The docking bay where I'll be connecting my landers and stuff like that. Looks like, there it is. Looks like this. It also has one of these kind of engine configurations like this, which I could really pick any of these I wanted to use. Now this one, detachable SAS module again. I'll actually probably, whenever I take these off, connect them back onto the ship somewhere to take with us in case we need it for something. We have 4 bays for 4 different lander modules. And then again we have the robot deal up here that we can undock and either move, or we can't really connect it to anything just because it doesn't have another port, although kind of like a why not? Why get rid of it, right? So now we can maneuver this and put it back on the ship somewhere in case we need to build a ship in space, we can. So let's see, we'll save that like that. So we have 4 ports for things like that. So let's load up our lander. My lander, oh no, that's the lander cart. I want my medium lander. Okay, I'm going to be taking up 2 of these. It's the first real lander I've designed quite like this. So we'll see how it goes. This is our lander here. Again, I've tried to prepare it for multitasking situations where it can be reused and be as compatible with as many situations as I can make it with what I know about things. It has parachutes, so it should be able to use those if it's landing on Duna. If it's landing on the moon of Duna, it shouldn't really need the parachutes, but we got them anyway. If we land on the moon, we could technically, I think, get back off the moon with this and then land it on Duna because we have our parachutes. So that's the point. I don't think that this will be able to get off of Duna, but I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how much more gravity it has, or I think it has less gravity, so I don't know. We'll have to see. And I've also designed a cart, that if we send down with our lander, the cart can go underneath the lander and they can connect, so we can move our module around on our little car thing. So that is this here, the lander cart Mark II, which looks like this. I've tested to make sure that it can actually fit underneath, and it can. It fits underneath, it can attach, and it can drive around. So the only thing I didn't really think about until just now is the fact that there's not really like a ladder to get back up. Let's see real quick if we can't no. For safety's sake, to make sure we don't screw ourselves over, I'll put a ladder here like this. That way if needed, it has a ladder so that we can get back up. Let's see. Oops. Like that. Again, this is basically just a quick edit so that we don't screw ourselves over. Although that's really unnecessary because we could just drop the lander and have the pod go back to the ground and they can get up. But anyway, I'll do that anyway. Let's save that. And I actually had to design, the way this is set up, I had to design a special ship just to get this up into space. Let's see. The cart crane rocket. This is what I've designed. I'll start the mission with the cart and move it off the landing, or the launch pad, and I'll load this ship up. The cart drives underneath, and this is from a mod right here. These are. Let's see, what is it called? I have it over here. The KSA, Kerbal Attachment System. Basically, they're little cranes, and I'll drop these onto the pads of the cart, and it'll connect. And then I can pull the cart up and connect it with the docking bay, and from there we can launch into space. So there is that. And I think that is most everything. I think the crew, I did quick math before I started this video, I think the crew will have is a total of 7 or 8 Kerman. So let's go ahead. There will probably be a lot of cuts in this. I probably won't show the launch of every individual ship or anything, because there's going to be a total of, let's see, 8 launches, I think, maybe 9. I'm not sure. 8 or 9 launches, and a lot of docking and undocking and redocking. So I'll try to save you the effort of having to watch all of that because it's unnecessary. I'm gonna try to get the whole ship built in this video, and then we'll start heading for Duna, hopefully by the end of this video. So this video might be an hour and 20 minutes maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. So let's load up, let's see, what's the first thing we should probably send up? Probably the command center thing. So let's load this. Now, from what I've tested with this ship, is it kind of just barely made it whenever I tested it to get into orbit. That's all I've done with these ships, is to make sure that they can physically get into orbit. And after that, I don't know. I do have this on. Chatter. Forgot to mention that. Frequency, let's set that down kind of low, and we'll turn the volume kind of down on this because I'll be talking whenever I'm trying to talk. So in case you don't know what chatter is, it basically just makes the guys kind of do radio communications. They're not actually saying anything, but it makes it sound like it, and that should make things a little more interesting. I mostly wanted them on my satellites so that they'll beep whenever they're up there, but that's just more for my entertainment than really yours. Alright, so let's get ready to go. Let's check our map here, and actually, before we do this, it just occurred to me I never sped up time for us to get closer to Duna, so let's do that sort of real quick here. See if we can. Whipping through space here. Now, to be honest, I have no idea what position near Duna we need to be. Literally no clue at all. So this is entirely an uneducated guess. I'm gonna say maybe like in here in comparison. So it will. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I think even if I get it wrong, I can course correct. It is a game after all. We're not NASA, so it doesn't have to be mathematically correct. Moho. It's an interesting orbit. That would be kind of fun to go around because it gets so close to the sun. Okay, let's do it about there. Okay, so let's launch. They've waited here for what, like a third of a year now. Let's launch in 3, 2, 1. You can hear him talking a little bit back there. I really like this mod. I think talking with mission control, I guess. This is one of our most important pieces right here. It has all of our satellites and drones and 3 of our men, so we got to, and there is no abort on this. There's no parachutes attached to this. So we gotta hope things go right the first time, otherwise we're kind of screwed. Checking that real quick. Now I don't think I've lost a man yet, so let's hope we don't start today. And we have a lot of launches, so there's a lot of room for error. But if something goes wrong, you'll be sure to see it. I'm not going to try to hide it. Let's see. Get rid of these extra Getting ready to stage here. It's good timing for the cheddar to... I assume they're reporting back that it was a successful staging there. And I agree. Let's start to do a bit of a gravity turn on our 90-degree angle. Let me check real quick what our 30 kilometers. Okay, that's fine. We're still gaining speed. We were at that point right there. Oh no, actually we're still losing speed. Let me push it a little harder there. I was prepared for that. The fact that we lose speed there for a minute once we drop those extra tanks. That's fine. Let's do a bit more of a gravity turn. This thing, we need to gravity turn pretty early, I think, in this ship, just because it has such a hard time getting into an orbit. And whenever I tested it the first time, it pretty much barely made it, so let's hold about there. Let's stay as close to 90 as we can, so everything, it'll be easy to line up. Let's check our map again. This needs to get to about 80 or something at least. Pretty much before this rocket runs out too. Otherwise, because the others are just atomic rockets, so they're not very powerful, even though there are 5 of them. We need as much height as we can because basically the atomic rockets are just going to be pushing our orbit. They're not going to be able to push us out so much. Okay, so we're getting the height we need. Probably pull down on the throttle just a little bit. Let's start to gravity turn a little harder. The more orbit we can get out of this fuel tank, the better. I'll pull back on the throttle a little bit. Oh, never mind. We'll be switching to these now. Okay, this is where it gets serious. We either make it or we don't now. Oh, we got some debris. Okay, it's all out of range, so we should be fine from this debris. And I may need to... pull up a little bit and try to push it for altitude, because it's not going to be long before we hit our apiapsis here. And if we fall on the other side of that with these atomic rockets, we're going to have a hard time getting into orbit. So let's start pushing this up. That should start to slow the timing down. We don't go all the way. I'm not confident. The time is still going down. For some reason I'm getting some lag here. Not sure why. 19 seconds. Really need to have that number stop going down. Okay, well we're hitting our apiapsis, and at this point I'm going to try to push more horizontally, because it's really our only hope at this point. I want to keep some vertical here though, or some, yeah, vertical. But we just got to push this out and hopefully come through like this. I'm not convinced we're going to make it though. So at this point I've pushed this on a bit more of a horizontal push, and looks like we're about halfway there. Fuel-wise, I think it's going to be our biggest concern, and our orbit is dropping over here, so I'm a bit concerned. Might need to pull or push the orbit back vertically here in a minute, but this added horizontal speed has been good. There's a possibility we might skip through the atmosphere on the other side and be able to push ourselves out. If we have enough fuel, that is. Oh, it's going to be close. There we go. We got an orbit. Chatter went off. I guess reporting that an orbit has been achieved. Okay, so at this point, keep pushing. I don't care for... we got a bit of a weird orbit. Let's see, let's slow down a little bit. Let's hold there. Okay. We are officially in a safe orbit. Let's see, where do we want to... what orbit do we want to build this thing in? Let's see how much fuel I have left, and we'll determine from there. If I can remember how to get back. Not a whole lot. I guess let's do it in about 110 orbit. Is that out of the way of most stuff? This might be a problem. I just don't want to get hit with something while we're trying to do this. Let's push our orbit out a little bit. To about 150 or so. Okay, that should be safe enough. And we just got to wait till we get over here, and we'll push our orbit out a little more. So let's speed up. Okay, there we go. We got a 550 by 551 kilometer orbit, although it's not even by a full kilometer there. Maybe 200 meters or so. But there we go. Or it's less than that, I think. Anyway, we got this in orbit, safe and sound. Really nothing that needs to be done with it right now. I am going to quickly stop recording for a second and see why I'm lagging here, because I'm only getting 9 frames a second. And I wasn't before when I was using this ship, so if it's going to continue to do that, it's going to be a problem. So I will, at this point, you'll maybe just see a quick montage of ships going up, and then I'll come back to you whenever we're going to start really assembling things, I guess. Okay, well, out of all the launches so far, which is 3, we're finally having a bit of an issue. These nose cones are spontaneously combusting, apparently. And it's just making us wobbly because that's what these are attached to, the struts, so hopefully all goes well. It's just causing us to rotate. Oh! There we go. First failed mission there. Oh, it just deleted it. Okay, well, fine. I don't know why it just deleted that. Anyway, mission failed there. Luckily it didn't hit any of our equipment or our control tower. And there you go. Mission failed. What? Structural failure. Okay, so let's go to the VAB real quick. See if we can't fix this. The cause, I don't know what. Let's grab another one of these, and we'll just chuck some on the sides of these tanks. Like this, I guess. And go ahead and put ones here as well. Hopefully that will fix our issue, even if these do decide to break again, and should keep it from wobbling. So let's save that and try again. Okay, so I've been maneuvering a few things to get into closer position. The living space and the ship docking area. And I've realized a design flaw in my docking port thing, and that is the fact that it does not have solar panels on it at all, and it's robotically controlled. Meaning it's dead. So I'm not considering this a mission failed yet, because I've been moving it into position. It has a rendezvous point over here that is about 14 kilometers. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to try to use one of my drones to save this piece of the station. So we'll switch over to the station command. And get ready to see if we can't pull this off. Again, the ship is causing us lag, and it wasn't previously. I may need to adjust some settings or something. Turn off anti-aliasing. And the game crashed. There you go. Okay, well, got the game loaded back up. Let's see where that leaves us. Station command. Okay, it looks like we're about in the same thing, so it didn't really mess anything up, I forgot to check my settings while I was on the home page thing there. And okay, we have a total of what appears to be 12 frames a second. I'll work with it. So what we want to do is check our target here. It's over here, so let's speed up time a little bit here. Now the part that's going to make this difficult is I'm also maneuvering this at the same time, so about 6 minutes after this point in time I need to work on this one because to get it into right orbit. So hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. Let's slow down here. 46 seconds, and I'm also going to do a bit of a quick save. That's the first one I've done. So let's switch out of this. Let's pick a drone here, and I'll pick this one here, decouple, and let's switch to him. Turn his RCS on, and move away from the ship. Keep our resources up here. And we need to start moving towards I want my map here. And are we targeted on set as target? There we go. Now map out. Let's point at our target here. Let's start pushing forwards. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, to be quite honest. Probably should have started before we got to our point there, but what are you gonna do? Now we may lose this drone. This may fail completely, but I thought I'd try. That's why we have 4 of these things. We might actually want to try slowing down, I think, because I'm speeding up right now, and I don't think that's what we want to do. Let's point here. We want to slow down our speed to the target, which is what we're doing. We are only running off of RCS. I probably should have picked a heavy, because I don't think this is going to work. It's going to take far too much propellant just to get to it, I think. The good thing is we only have to get to it. We don't have to get back with it. That's not going to work. It's reversed, isn't it? Okay. So that's putting us pretty close, it looks like. So within a 1.2 kilometers. Pretty off over here on the other side. Over here. But we'll figure that out in time. We've used about half of our what fuel we have, or propellant. Speed up a bit again. This is another 2 minutes or so before we get there. Let's see if we can't move out of our map. And there it is. So let's see. From here, we need to get in position to start slowing our speed down, our speed in comparison to the target, that is. So RCS off, SAS off. Get flipped around here. Good thing about having such a small ship like this is it turns very easy, and it stops on a dime. So let's see, we got another minute and 22 seconds. We'll get that down to about a minute or so, and I'll start to try to slow the speed down. So right about there, turn our RCS back on. That's staying about the same. Keep on target here. Four, three. That's pretty close. Luckily these drones can get very accurate with this stuff. Let's see. So at this point, let's go back out of this. And there it is right over there. Let's try to see if we can't head towards it now. We want... Where's the actual... There it is. Do about like this. Turn our RCS on. Let's start to push towards that thing at a not too fast speed, but fast enough. Okay, we're getting within 1 kilometer of it now, which is good. Coming in at 8 kilometers, or not kilometers, 8 meters a second. Let's check our map. Right, fast. So about there, we'll be pretty close to it. And that's also about the time I need to be doing this, maybe a minute or two afterwards. So hopefully we can get docked up with this and then switch over before it's too late on syncing these up. Let's go back out of our map. Let's check this. And speed up just a little bit till we're about 300 meters or so away. I'm going to do it a little early, because we might need to do a little bit of course correction here. Put it here. This is speeding us up a little bit more. That's okay. So we'll get down to about here. Slow down. Okay. Now where is the front of this thing? There we go. That's what we want. We want to control from here. There we go. So let's start getting into position. Let's flip around now. And There we go. Heading on target. Let's speed this up a little bit, because we don't have all day. We have other appointments to attend to. Or... There we go. And we're back in control of this thing. No problem. Okay, at this point I've gotten the living quarters near the command station, just 100 meters apart or so. And we're going to need to... Now, I haven't done any of this before, so I'm just kind of going to be figuring this out as I go. So good luck to me. Hopefully the sun comes up soon. How long do we have for that? Because that would be ideal. A long time. So I guess we're going to be working in the dark, as I seem to often do. I'm going to put up these solar panels just to make sure that I don't accidentally break these off. So let's see. Where did that go? I've lost... It's so hard to see it in the dark here. That's not even it. There it is. Wow, that is really hard to see. Which one of these things on here is pointing lights over there? I think this one might do it. Okay, there we go. That'll help. I just need to turn on the one light. And let's see, I want to probably take a one of my heavy drones here. So let's decouple here. And we'll switch to that so we can maneuver it away. Turn the RCS on. And not sure if we're facing up or down here. There we go. So we want to hold about here for the time being, because I'm not sure what I'm doing just yet, because we need to get rid of this as well. Once I uncouple this, we're not going to have any control of it, so I might need another drone to try and sort this out. I don't have... Oh, I do have a port on the back here. This is stuck to it though. Maybe I'll try and see if I can't click on it though, so I don't know if I can dock to that or not, seeing as this has gotten stuck to it. That's a bit of a problem. Let's try... No, it says target. Let's try decoupling this. No, I just said it as target, and that's not what I wanted. Can I not decouple this? I don't want to oh, that's because I'm not controlling it. Decouple here. Now, I have no idea what that's going to do at this point. Maybe I'll turn RCS on. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. I want to, let's see, I have a button for this. So, RCS on. No, I didn't do what I needed it to do. Okay, there we go. That's more what I wanted. So, SAS off, and let's... RCS back on. Move this thing away from that. And let's actually see if we can't turn this thing around. This. Oh, again, we're having a bit of a lag. So bear with me here. Try to set any part of this as a target, but it's not a huge deal. I'll just oops, wrong way, wrong way. Just want to get this somewhat facing the other way. Not sure how far apart we are at this point in time, so let's have it just hold here-ish. And this light can turn off because it's not doing anything at this point. And let's figure out where our drone is at here. Making sure it's not drifting too far off. It's fine for now. Let's switch back to this here. So what do we need to do here? First things first, let's get this guy out. Send him on an EVA here. I don't want to rename. We need to get him into, I don't know, will he be able to control it from back here? I'm not convinced that he will be. That's what I want him to do though. I want him to get back into this so that he's actually in the living quarters. Turn his RCS on. Up. Did he? Wow, did I get him in? Okay, there we go, that was no problem. And this has suffered the same problem. Has this thing still attached to it, and that's going to be an issue, I think. And we might be able to manage, but it's still an issue, I think. So let's at this point unhook from. Let's get rid of this, I think. Okay, yeah. That's what I was afraid of. Without... Yeah, he's gonna have to be in here to control this. Okay. More of a problem than I thought. Okay. Hopefully we can manage. I'm getting a little concerned with this setup now, to be quite honest. RCS on here. Oops. Oops again. Come on, come on, come on. Ah. Okay. Board. And let's see, what are we gonna do? I guess this is a predicament. We'll have to do this from the back forward, I guess. I don't have much other option. So decouple from here, and that has basically left us without any RCS now that I think about it. But yeah, we have no RCS now, and this has no control over itself. But it's just gonna have to be the way it is. Let's break away from this. Let's try and turn around here. Carefully anyway. Try and hold there. Let's go get into our heavy drone and see if he can't sort some of this out. Now we want to probably right now grab the back of the station, or the living quarters. I think as much as I'd like to try and... I'm not sure I'll be able to keep these engines, because I can't connect to the back of them like I'd like to. Let's see. Let's, oops, slow down. And get this thing, turned. There it is. Set as target. Control from here. I hope that doesn't run into us. Okay, I think it's going to. Let me hop back in it real quick. Alright, actually it's going to miss, but all the same. Oops. Slow down. Here, stay there-ish. Just didn't want it to run into us. And let's proceed to try and get this thing lined up. Control from here. And I'm going completely the wrong way, but we'll flip around right. Hopefully we don't hit this. There we go. Don't have to be too close or too accurate with this because oops, this other thing will be doing most of the navigation here. There we go. We got our Kerman as well as our ship here. So at this point, let's try and tug this thing back, sort of to our the rest of the station here. Very close orbits, so command debris. No, that's not what we want. We got a lot of stuff here. Station command says target. That's what we want. So let's start heading back. Maybe even don't want to do this. Let's attach to the command pod, and we probably won't be doing that to begin with. So let's see. We want to. Let's go ahead and turn on these engines, I think. While we're in good sunlight here, so we'll turn on our ion engines. I don't know, was that... Okay, yeah, that was the ion engines. So let's get it facing the right way here. Of course, ion engines aren't that strong, but for stuff like this, it should be fine. They just use lots of electricity. We have plenty of xenon gas. We're not likely going to run out of that, especially seeing as we have some on this. Right here, we have our extra xenon that is bringing up. And we're basically just running out of electricity is all. Let's move our target over here. Let's actually help it along with RCS if we can. Pull our Xenon engine way back there because we're running out of power. Okay, we're coming back up on it here. Let's RCS on. Let's see if we can't slow this down. A little faster, please. Okay, I was a little concerned there. It looks like we're slowing down fine now, though. So let's. I'm gonna do another quick save just to be sure. And let's see. What do we want to do at this point? We're back on target here. Probably gonna have to drop this stuff off for now. Our guy's up here, isn't he? If that's the case, that's fine. Where is he? Where's the stupid hatch at? There it is. There we go. Yeah, he's in there. So we're gonna decouple this. And he's gonna keep, doesn't need the RCS, but he's gonna keep SAS on, so he's gonna stay here. And we're gonna take this other part, see if we can't connect it to the rest of the station. So let's see if we can't flip this thing around to face more over here. Like this. Let's switch back. We want, is this right? Okay. Let's RCS back on. Move away from that. Let's set as target. And we'll control from here. Let's see, we want to go... Now this might be a little hard to control because I managed to not put any RCS thrusters on this thing. Okay, finally got that thing attached. That was pretty much a nightmare. But it is physically on there now. I may take a second to actually undock it again. See if I can't get this thing undocked for 2 seconds here. See if I can't rotate it this way. See if I can get this lined up a little bit here. Like this. And redock this. This is a little straighter. Like that. Did not pull far enough away. Doesn't look like it. Okay. You gotta pull a certain distance away for it to reset it, so. Let's try again. There we go. No problem. Okay, we got that reset here. So, we have the living space attached. Let's see what else is floating out here. We got this still. Should probably go out and grab this. So let's do that. It's pretty far away now though. But they're stranded, so I gotta kind of go out there. Let's see about... He's quite a bit of RCS. Let's refill that. There's that tank full. This is a huge amount of work to build a station like this, especially trying to do it all as one big mission. I may, after I grab these guys, take a break, or that one guy, because I've been at this for some time now. So let's undock and leave. Let's go. Oh, that's the other engine. So let's RCS back on, SAS on real quick. Let's get flipped around here now that we're out past this. Something, let's just, I'll figure it all out here in a second. For right now, just hold like that. Let's see if we can't, so many orbits going on here. I think that's the one we want. Could wait, but I hate to leave that guy stranded, although now we're in the shade, which is going to pose a bit of a problem. Well, they only 553 meters away. If that's the case, that's not too bad. Let's see where... I think I'm turning all the wrong ways. I don't know where I'm controlling from right now though. Let's control from the front, so we have some idea as to where we're actually going. Stop spinning. Okay, there we go. It's over here. Let's get facing about like this, I think. There we go. We're now heading towards our target. Slowly. Yeah, I'm gonna slow down here. And let's control from here for a second. And we will flip this thing around. See if these lights don't help us here. See if we can't see it yet. A little bit. Let's switch over, and it looks like it's facing... Where is... Oh, wait, this isn't the right thing. Here. Looks like we're facing the right way. Is that it? Yeah, it's gotta be it, right? Set as target. And control from here. Get him facing the right way, which is... I did just set that as target, didn't I? Okay, well, we'll just get it facing generally the right way, and we'll take it from there. So, like that. So let's switch back. This is wobbling a little bit apparently. Hope that's not going to be a problem later on. Okay, yeah, that's what we want. Let's make sure we don't run out of electric charge here. Okay, we're drifting away from it, it looks like, so RCS on. And get back within range so that we can actually target this thing again. Seems to be below 200 meters. There it is. Alright, so let's start getting this lined up. In the future, I don't think I'm ever going to send up so many parts at once, because this is a lot of work. Okay, so start to slow down a little bit here. Make sure we're on target. Put these solar panels up because we're just risking damaging them right now, and we don't have any sun anyway. Let's see. Get this back on target here. Slow down, and there we go. This guy is now safely back with he's got something helping him out. We didn't just leave this guy out there. Move this thing again. And let's start taking this thing back. Okay, so we're slowly approaching back to the command station. Luckily the sun has come out. And I've kind of devised what I think I'm going to do here. The plan is to get this, once we move in, we're going to get this guy out and have him EVA over to the space command center here and get in one of the living quarters areas. At that point we will eject this thing and use these jets to get it kind of away from everything else here, and then I will dock all this stuff onto the living quarters. It has 2 ports on it, so I'll dock this stuff to that, and that is currently the plan. So let's continue to move in on this a little more, and then we will proceed with what I just said. I think we're doing okay on our propellant for our little guy here. Oh yeah, we got way plenty. This is a little easy to maneuver around because there's a lot less weight and it's all more centered, well, in compared to what we were doing previously. Let's go ahead and try and pull up these panels for a little bit too, get some charge back now that the sun's back up. It's a good thing they don't snap off on this stuff. Okay, at this point let's start to slow down. And get back on target here. Get maybe within less than 100 meters and then we'll EVA this guy. Go ahead and pull these panels back in once this finishes filling up. Let's start to slow this thing back down. Okay. There we go. Basically stopped at this point. So let's put this guy on EVA, Will, and have him let go. Oops, accidentally sent him back in. Press F instead of spacebar. Let's turn the RCS on. Get him back into the command station here. Oops. This would be absolutely freaky to do in real life. What is... oh, there's that. It's, I haven't messed with getting that into a proper orbit here in a while. I figured I should do this one piece at a time as opposed to trying to do multiple pieces at once, because that's really pretty difficult. Where is... it's over here, it looks like. Wish I could put SASs on these guys. Let's see, let's put them in this front one here. Oops, bumped his head on the door. And F, okay. And have him board. Let's switch back to this. Let's get rid of this here. So decouple that, and there's that out of our way for now. And I don't think that's pulling us too fast away from here. Nah, that didn't do anything to us. Let's okay, we are moving in now. RCS back on. Let's try and figure out where are these. They're right here, aren't they? So let's control from here. And I'm pretty sure that's the port there, because the doors were on the other side. And we will double check here, controlling from here. Rotate a little bit more, it looks like. Controls are a little confusing right now. Okay. Is this not set as target? There we go. So let's get going the right way here. There we go. Finally got that in place. Hopefully it won't rip us apart, this SAS module. But for now, let's see, how are we doing? Still plenty of that left. So far, so good, I think. Let's see, let's put these solar panels back out. And I'll leave this up here for right now. We'll put it back in its port at some point later on. Don't have as much propellant as I'd like. Part of that is the fact that this is empty. Or nearly empty. This is pretty much full. All these guys are full. But let's see, next would be, on the list would be this probably, getting this on. And our fuel tank is still floating around somewhere, I'm sure. I have no idea where. I haven't put any effort into trying to get it into orbit. It's still over here, so... Next will be the... I think the dog just barked. Nope, fuel tank's there. This is fuel tank debris, which should have burned up in the atmosphere, but I think because I switched, it never did. But for the time being, I'm going to be taking a break because I've been doing this for over 3 hours at this point. And, so yeah, Space Center. I will get back to recording